Coming up on Mountain News this morning, one family is giving back to their community after folks helped them in a time of need. And state officials are looking for reasons as to why foster children are living outside of home.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Well, today is arguably the spookiest day of the year. Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We are at that 5:30 mark this morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Drake Foley for a look at your spooky forecast. Drake, I think the spooky part is I didn't need a jacket.
Yeah, it's definitely very unseasonably warm. We're seeing temperatures in the high 70s, even possibly 80s today. Looking at satellite radar right now, not too many clouds in the sky. Can't really even tell where the fog is. Yesterday morning, we could really definitely tell where that was. Now, we do have good things coming with this heat, though. We do have a cold front coming through tonight. Will drop us into more mild, seasonable temperatures tomorrow, and also bringing much needed rain where we need about 3/10 of an inch or a little bit more just over the next 24 hours to even keep us from being the driest October on record. Now, let's play some Wheel of Forecast real quick. This is what you can expect for Halloween, and that's going to be a cold front and late shower chances. If you guess that, well, you're not winning any money, but you want a forecast. And then looking at your drive-through forecast for this morning, as you head out for breakfast, 60 degrees, lunch 74, and dinner at 77 with a chance of showers. Madison?
All right, Drake, thank you. This week, we're hearing from a lawyer representing the family of a teenager hit and killed by a school bus 2 months ago. The Clark County coroner says McKenna Lecher was crossing Veteran Memorial Parkway at the time. The lawyer tells us McKenna's family wants to give back to their community to thank them for the support they've provided following the tragedy.
She would have celebrated her 16th birthday in January. Her family intends to continue celebrating her birthday and legacy each year as they look for more ways to give back in her name, more ways to spread that joy, to spread that light that she so did for everyone that she encountered.
Beginning this Christmas, McKenna's family is starting a program to help teenagers in need. If you know a family that could benefit from this, you're asked to reach out to John Holland's office. That program is still in its early stages, but the family hopes to provide gifts and other holiday essentials to teens in need. More than 2 years ago, a Southern Kentucky law enforcement officer died in the line of duty. Casey Bird was driving drunk in the October 2022 incident where he hit Sergeant Logan Medlock's cruiser. Medlock died. A jury convicted Bird in August. A judge sentenced him to 20 years on murder, DUI, and other charges. Last night, people gathered at the London Farmers Market for a memorial walk in Medlock's honor.
The biggest thing that we always want to take from this is that we're trying to honor Logan's memory and just keep that memory alive.
A fishing tournament is also hosted in his name every year. It raises money through the Fallen Police Officer Foundation, helping families and others continually impacted by losses like this one. A woman involved in a deadly crash appeared in a Pulaski County courtroom. 19-year-old Kaylee Dismuke was driving a Jeep Wrangler when she collided with someone who was on a moped out of Cincinnati, Ohio. The person on the moped was later pronounced dead after they were taken to the hospital. Dismuke is set to return to court for a preliminary hearing next Wednesday. One person is dead after a single vehicle crash in Floyd County. That crash happened yesterday morning in the Grethel community. Police say it was on Route 979. They say 59-year-old Ken Tackett of Beaver likely suffered a medical emergency before his vehicle hit a tree. He was pronounced dead at the scene. 3 men are behind bars after police found at least 3 pounds of meth in Laurel County. London police say the Special Investigation Unit found a vehicle on Kentucky 80 near Motel 6, which then led to a traffic stop. Through an investigation, at least 3 pounds of suspected meth was seized. Carsey Lofton, Larry Anderson, and Justin Everhart, all of Ohio, were taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. In Wayne County, a man is facing charges after police say he attacked another person with a knife. Police responded to a report of someone cutting another person's tires with a knife yesterday morning. When they arrived, police saw what appeared to be a fight between multiple people. Police say they then saw a person getting off the ground with knife cuts. Michael Santiago Lopez was arrested and taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. 1 year after an investigation by our sister station revealed hundreds of Kentucky's foster kids were sleeping in offices, state parks, and ERs, state officials are digging in. The investigation comes more than a few years since Kentucky recognized the problem. Terry Brooks, who runs Kentucky Youth Advocates, says it is going to take everyone in Frankfort prioritizing this issue and developing real solutions to begin seeing meaningful changes.
So what I hope happens is that the auditor's investigation is a catalyst not for finger pointing, but for solution seeking. And so if that investigation is completed in a timely manner, meaning before the gavel falls in the 2025 General Assembly, we just may have a shot to make a difference for kids.
Brooks suggested looking at increasing workforce pay and listening to kids themselves. It is not uncommon to want your children to be involved in sports and extracurricular activities throughout the year. But when does that busy schedule turn into burnout? Dr. Angie Houchin is an assistant professor at UK's General Pediatric Clinic. She says if kids are not directly saying they are overwhelmed or not enjoying the activities they do, they will show it in other ways.
It might come out as anger. They're just short-fused all the time, and they're just not themselves. They don't seem as happy.
Pediatrician Dr. Katrina Hood says when students are filling out applications for college or needing an internship, it helps out with their resume. But Houchin says kids having downtime for other things is very important. A basketball coach has resigned from his post following an incident where a video reportedly surfaced of him addressing players using explicit language in a locker room went viral. Tyler Wagner stepped down as the head coach of the Lynn Camp Boys High School basketball program. Wagner says in a statement that the video was recorded last year in the fall at the very beginning of the season. He says he plans to work on himself and be a better representative for the school. Recovery efforts from Hurricane Helene continue in the southeast. More than 200 Kentucky Transportation Cabinet crew members are in North Carolina helping rebuild roads. Logan Murphy with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says the scene in North Carolina reminds him of some of the natural disasters that have happened recently in Kentucky.
You know, we had disasters in western Kentucky with the tornadoes and eastern Kentucky with the flooding. So we knew what they needed. We knew how hard it is to rebuild after situations like this.
Murphy says he will head back to North Carolina to relieve some of their crews on Friday. In Elliott County, new weather sirens are going up. The emergency management director says 6 sirens are from FEMA and will be installed throughout the county with the help from Mountain Rural Telephone, who donated the poles. The county says their previous system was damaged in 2021 and they have been working with FEMA to get nearly $150,000 under the agency's federal hazard mitigation program. A forest fire in Clay County is now contained thanks to some hard work by fire crews. They say it was on the mountainside near Gregory Branch in Manchester. The fire spread 21 acres before it was contained. Investigators believe it may have been started by arson, but they are not ruling out a natural origin.
In eastern Kentucky and southeastern Kentucky, one of the main driving factors with these fires is topography. And with fire running uphill, they're a little bit harder to control and contain.
While this fire is no longer a threat to surrounding homes and buildings, crews want to remind people that fall fire season continues until December 15th. Yesterday, Governor Andy Beshear visited Fleming and Mason counties. Governor Beshear presented nearly $10 million in funding. More than $6 million is going to businesses and homes in Fleming County for high-speed internet. In Mason County, work will begin on what was once known as the Haywoods Hospital, and that building will be used for redevelopment. Nearly $2 million will be used to clean up the building in Maysville after it had been contaminated. Governor Beshear is set to host a Team Kentucky update today. It will start at approximately 12:30 this afternoon in Frankfort. Some of the topics the governor will discuss include an update on the medical cannabis program, along with the Secretary of State, Michael Adams, talking about early voting in Kentucky. When we return, the producers for the Scary Movie series are reuniting for the spookiest one yet.
And we'll take a look at how October fared since it's the last day of October and another look at your trick-or-treat forecast. Stay with us.